This is one of the largest frogs in the world. Or at least, he will be.
Bruh.
Hey there, kissable misters, it's me, Safari Sam, and we have a new critter joining the Safari Sam menagerie today. We wanted to get an amphibian. Remember we said we were thinking about doing those African dwarf frogs? That's originally what we decided, but we decided we didn't want them with the shrimp because we wanted the shrimp to breed and we didn't want them to eat the baby shrimp or anything. Then we decided we didn't want two aquariums because we're moving and it's a lot easier to transport a terrarium than an aquarium 2 hours away. Probably multiple trips. But I haven't had a frog probably in a couple decades, so I figured, hey, it's about time. And this is the pixie frog, aka the giant African bullfrog. But he's not quite giant yet. He's just a baby. Or, technically, a froglet. Look upon him. He is baby. You see, he's not a tadpole, which is an actual baby, but he's a froglet, and he's very small. I was actually kind of expecting him to already be kind of Pac-Man frog-sized when I got him, but he's super small. Oh, sorry, buddy. Getting him was quite a hassle, and that is a story that can be its own video because it's a lot and I don't want to deal with it right now, and then people who don't want to see it can just not watch it. But today we have to make this big old guy a beautiful, beautiful enclosure. Right now he's just chilling in a little standing water, and Sphagnum Moss, you see, he definitely wants to go exploring, so we got to give him something to explore. For his substrate, we're using this Eco Earth. There were 3 bricks in this. It's cocoa fiber. You put it in water and it expands. And I already expanded 2 of 3 bricks. As you can see, we have a very, very, very deep layer of this cocoa fiber as our substrate here. We've moistened it. It's real good. It should be wet enough, moist enough that it holds its form when you squeeze it up, but doesn't really have a bunch of water run out of it when you squeeze it. So this is actually the perfect consistency so that he can dig. This is not an arboreal frog, it's more terrestrial, so he likes to dig and hide under the substrate. That's how they eat their prey in the wild. They hide and they stick their little heads up, and when something wanders by, they grab it. Unfortunately, a lot of it already got into the bowl, which is not super grand, because he does need clean water. Amphibians are real picky about pretty much everything, including their water. He's got a little stairway to the substrate here so that he doesn't end up on a stairway to heaven if he drowns, which we're not going to let happen. He's a beautiful little boy, and we love him. And it is a boy, at least allegedly. We got it from Backwater Reptiles, which really treated us well, and we chose male because the males get bigger and they get loud. So hopefully you'll follow us on this journey as we grow our frog. It's going to take a couple of years, but we will get there, and I'm very excited to have this journey. I'm really going to need to wipe this out with a paper towel or something. I also got this little fake plant. I don't usually put fake plants in my enclosures, but these guys like to burrow, and since they do, they like to dig up the live plants in their enclosures, so no livy planties. We're just going to bury this guy kind of right in this corner here. We're going to put substrate up over it. Yes, that is a dialect, don't freak out, alright. We also have another flake plant that's taller. It's a little too tall for the enclosure, so I'll have to bury it a little deeper. Now, the reason I got one tall and one short is so that our frog can go between them, bury right here, and have a little human hide. People think, if I don't give my animal anywhere to hide, then I'll see it more. But the opposite's kind of true, because it's going to try to hide no matter what. But it'll actually be more active if you give it a place to hide and feel safe. Especially if you give it multiple places, it'll feel like, you know, it's able to hide, and it'll be more confident about exploring if it can hide quickly, which is good. Also, to help with moisture and humidity, we mixed a bunch of sphagnum moss that we had left over from not just our invertebrates in the video of us putting it in their enclosure, but also from his shipping. And we put it all in here, which is very cool, very fun, very ace. And we mixed a bunch in, and then we also have kind of a light layer on top of the soaked moss. And once again, you squeeze out most of the liquid just so that it's moist, but not like super damp. You don't want that. But you do want a lid. Lids help hold in that humidity, and also lids help hold in the frog. I know he's not arboreal, as I said, but if he's wet, he's sticky. And a sticky little frog can still get up the wall, like the itsy bitsy spider themselves. So we did have to buy an Imaginarium lid, but it fits pretty well, so that works out. But yeah, he's got some decor, which also function as hides. He's got a nice, really deep substrate, so as he grows, he can stay in it. Nice moss to kind of help make it look nicer, smell nicer, and also work better. And then a food bowl, not food, but a water bowl that has to be cleaned. Sorry about that mess of papers. It's actually all aquarium stuff, because our aquarium is right next to this. You can probably hear the filter that we're going to replace. So yeah, now it's about time to put him in his new home. And before we do that, you might be wondering why I'm wearing gloves. Oh, what's up, pussy? Oh, you don't want to get your hands dirty? No, it's for the frogs' protection. They're an amphibian, they absorb things through their skin, and this, not going to work super great if you do that, eh? Alright, here you go. Come on now, little buddy. Don't you want to go into your new home? Giddy up. He still has a tiny bit of his little tail on his booty. I don't know if you can see it. Come on. Don't you want to see your new home? Even a little? I've been with him for hours because... Oh! Well, I'll tell you in the story video. But there he is. Happy as a friggin' clam. God, I think he is the cutest little guy in the world. He's so cute. When I saw him, like, we'd been debating names for him. I was like, oh, I could call him Jeebus or Lugosi or even Baylor, something like that. I always want to name pets Lugosi or Baylor, but I never do, because I prefer to be struck with inspiration for a name. That's why our American house spider that we thought was a black widow doesn't have a name yet, because I have not been struck with inspiration. But I was with him. I saw him and he was so tiny, and I said, wow, he's going to grow up super fast, really fast. In 2 years he's going to be bigger than a toddler's head. It's like he's going to have a super growth rate, a hyper growth rate, almost like the alien, the xenomorph from Aliens, the big chap. He's going to grow into a big chap. It seems like an ironic name now, but eventually it'll be a great descriptor for him. So we named him Big Chap after the first xenomorph. And we think that it's fitting ironically, but also it'll be fitting not ironically, in a very literal sense, down the road. So yes, thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. If you want a higher production quality, which I do want, I'm actually trying to get a team together for some of these. And I also want, you know, a nice ring light and cameras that can zoom in on smaller critters better. To get all that stuff, we need money. So if you want to support us, there is a Patreon. Definitely check it out. But we're going to have more videos of this guy soon, and you can watch him grow with us over the next 2 years if you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That's it. Thank you all once again. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.